Howdy, y'all. You got the Bulldog on the channel. I had started doing some videos on this truck here, but it was getting more and more drawn out. And it's stuff that's well documented. Everybody's seen it. Everybody knows about it. It is the 5.4 3-valve Triton. I tell you how bad it is. There are many shops that won't touch these at all. They don't care. If you got an engine running problem with a 5.4, get it out of my shop. I don't want to deal with it. Take it somewhere else. He can have the headache. Well, I'm one of those guys that gets the headache. Including dealers. Dealerships don't want to work on these. There are lots of shops that if it has an issue with the engine, you know, anything having to do with oil pressure or cam phasers, timing chain, anything such as that, new engine. That's the only repair. New engine, replace it. Because there is no fixing it. That is the fix, is put a motor in it. I can put the pin back in the grenade. That's what I'm doing here. But there are things I run into, and I know people say, well, this is a minor problem. This is minor. Yeah, I know, but I'm the one dealing with it, not you. It's minor in that it is just a minor inconvenience. But every single thing is a minor inconvenience, and that adds up to a lot. Because there's just a little bit here and a little bit there and a little over here. You know, yeah, this is in the way, so you change an angle. And well, that's in the way now, so you change an angle. And well, that's in the way now. Oh, yeah, you can see it from here. You can't get to it, but you can see it. All you got to do is unfold your 5-foot-long, quad-elbowed, articulating arm, and you reach clear around the side of the vehicle up to the top while you're looking at it from the bottom, and you do it. That's what I've been dealing with all morning. And there's just little things that just, it gets to you. It gets to, you got to take loose something, you have to take loose something else to get to that. And then you start doing that one, oh, you got to take loose something else to do that. And then you got to start doing something, you got to take something else to do that. And then somebody walks in, why are you taking the back bumper off? I thought you were doing a water pump. Okay. What I'm doing is I have to take the front cover off this thing to put phasers, chains, guides, and all the like in it. And I need to pull the front cover off to do that. Well, mounted in front of the front cover is a bracket. There's a plastic bracket down there. I've already got the lines bent, the bracket for them bent and popped around the bottom, which was a nightmare. It usually is. This one pops loose and just wraps around so you can get out of the way. This one is not. Well, this big plastic apparatus has to move forward off of that stud. Okay, it doesn't move at all. Well, what do you do about that? Now, this job is something you do from the top. Everything's on the top. The only thing from the bottom is those 4 bolts on the end of the front cover. I went out and got a jacked the thing up, and I started searching around underneath there, and that plastic frame runs all the way to the back of the motor, and it has a bolt back there next to the starter, bolting it to the block. They have a bolt on the back of the motor holding a bracket to the front of the motor. I know why they did it. They have all the electrical cables run through it to hold them in one spot, but they did that for years with a loom and some clips. and they had some give to them, and you just pulled them off the front of that stud. But no, you've got to climb in under it and take a bolt loose that's completely unrelated to anything that you're doing so that you can do the job that you're doing. And for whatever reason, that has an effect on people who are not exactly mentally stable. I have finally got to the point where I can pull the front cover on this timing chain job. I have started and stopped on this thing for weeks. And there's always somebody, oh, I need this going by this date, and I need this going, I got to have this done, and all this. So you stop and do those smaller jobs, and somebody gets put off. And since this is a huge job, it's not huge, but it's drawn out, technical, tedious. They end up getting put off. And when you say, I'm just going to stop everything else and just get this done, and then you run into one problem after another, after another, after another, and you just day after day of little delays that keep putting it out. The tool that you need is down at the other shop. So you work until, well, I'm to this point, so I'm just going to stop for the night. It's already dark. Your back hurts. You're about ready to slip. So, yeah, I'll just stop for the night. And several times in a row that's happened. It shouldn't, but it does. And I do know that there are some people out there that maybe they haven't run a shop, or they have gotten lucky and got their hard work paid off. And then there's just as many out there, or considerably more of them out there, that you can't work hard enough to make it at it, and they failed. Yeah, you need all the tools, but they're not free. So you end up $30,000 or $40,000 in debt, and people who stop coming to you because you charge too much. Well, I don't know if that'll happen to me, but I am not anywhere near that far in debt, but it's still hard to make my payment. And all the tools in the world won't overcome purposeful engineering to make the job harder. That's my little rant for the day. Take it as you will. Like, comment, subscribe, hit your little bell notification, share it all around. We'll talk to you later.